When I awoke, I found myself in a dark area where I could see other beings walking around. They were either walking towards a bright orange burning light at the end of a long tunnel, or they were wandering about. The light seemed dark to me, as did the other beings, so I didn't want to be around them or the light. About then, a light from above expanded above me. It filled the sky with a mass of bright colors. I felt a tugging sensation in my chest as the light started bringing me towards it. I felt great love coming from within the light. As I grew closer towards the light, I could see two figures coming towards me. I recognized them as my great-grandfather, who had passed away a few years earlier, and my little brother, who died at age 2. My great-grandfather was standing there holding my little brother's hand. They were very happy to see me, but I wasn't happy to see them. That's when I realized that I was dead. I became very upset. He could read my thoughts, and his thoughts entered my thoughts. We communicated back and forth telepathically. As soon as I had a thought, he had an answer for me. I wanted to live, so I began to beg Jesus and God for my life back, if they were listening to me, but I wasn't sure if they would grant me life. I also knew that I was close to heaven. I really didn't want to be there. I wanted my life back on earth. My great-grandfather became very upset and told me what my future would be like if I returned. It wasn't pretty. He told me about my life, and he said that the earth was going to move towards a mass extermination of life. He told me that if I went back, I would face that fate because of my decisions. He said my whole family was going to face it and there was nothing I could do to save them. But my urgency to return to them to save them and to give them this message was very strong. I kept on begging to live regardless of what he was telling me. That's when I happened to look down at the earth. I saw my body lying in the creek. I saw my friend's lifeless body a few feet above me. I then saw the car and the trees. I saw people around me, and then I saw a couple of ambulances and fire trucks. I could tell that the people were discussing something about me. They were standing above my body. Then looked at my great-grandfather again and told him that I was going back. He became extremely upset and said, "The next time you come out of the earth, it won't be as easy. Your life won't get any better if you go back. In fact, it's going to get much, much worse. You're going to make very bad decisions and you're going to suffer great pain from those decisions. Don't go back. Please come with us now. Please." Even after he told me that, my will to live was stronger. The pulling sensation then left me and I freely fell or soared back to the earth and towards my body. Upon entering my body, I felt a cold blast of a substance that felt like a spongy soft substance. It felt really strange, but I opened my eyes immediately and found myself back in my body. 2 paramedics were on each side of me. One yelled out, "We got her." I immediately looked up to my right and saw my friend's lifeless body lying there. I screamed out for her, but I knew she was gone. I tried to stand up to get to her, but I realized that I now couldn't feel my legs. The paramedics flipped out and laid me back down, saying, "Don't move like that again, honey. You have to be very still and let us take care of you. Your body is in very bad shape and we don't want to lose you again." I remember thinking that I just couldn't believe everything was just as I had seen it from above. I knew that I had absolutely died and came back. When I realized that my friend was really dead, I began to regret coming back. I then looked up at the car and saw my boyfriend's face looking back at me. His face was pale and his eyes were wide and streaked with tears. He looked like he was in shock and had been crying. Just then, I lost my vision. I spent the next 6 weeks in the hospital. Thank you again for tuning in. If you have not already, please subscribe.